A loud smack echoed through the set like thunder, and in that moment, the entire Love and Hip Hop Atlanta production stopped. People screamed, security jumped in, and Jasmine stood there, face red, lips trembling, holding her cheek in complete shock. Rasheeda had snapped. And no, it wasn't scripted, rehearsed, or planned. Why? Because a secret audio file leaked just hours before filming a file that exposed Jasmine laughing about Rasheeda behind her back, while laid up with Kirk. In the audio, Jasmine called Rasheeda a placeholder, mocked her makeup line, and even bragged, "He still comes back to me at night." But what sent Rasheeda over the edge wasn't just the betrayal, it was the fact Kirk tried to hide the audio from her. Tried to protect Jasmine. Now it's all out. The slap, the scream. And the cameras caught every second. It was supposed to be a normal shoot day on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. The cast had been called to film a scene at a private location in Buckhead. Tensions were already high. Kirk and Rasheeda had just come off another therapy segment that ended in silence. Jasmine was scheduled to arrive later for what producers teased as a surprise cameo. But no one knew the real bombshell that was coming. 2 hours before filming, a mysterious MP3 file was sent to one of the assistant producers via airdrop. No name, no subject, it's just one line. "Play this before she slaps the wrong person." At first, they thought it was a prank. But when the crew hit play, the voice was unmistakable. Jasmine. Clear as day. Loud, cocky. "Rasheeda still thinks she his wife. Ain't that cute? I let him eat dinner over there, but he comes sleep with me. Period." Everyone froze. You could hear a pin drop. But it didn't stop there. Her little store cute or whatever. But Kirk, the one who gave her the money for all that? She act like she a boss, but she built on HIS check. Gasps. Producers started scrambling. Was this old, recent? Where did this come from? Then came the line that cracked the set in half. "We got another baby on the way too." "But I'm not going to say nothing," Kirk said. "Keep it quiet till the show pop off." Boom. That was it. It wasn't just Tia was scalding. The audio made its way to one person who should have never heard it before filming, Rasheeda's stylist. And within 10 minutes, it was in Rasheeda's AirPods. While she was getting her makeup done, Sis didn't say a word. She just sat there, stone cold. Her left hand was shaking as she paused the voice note. Her eyes locked with her glam team's mirror, and all she said was, "I told y'all I was done playing with her." Meanwhile, Kirk was on the other side of the set, nervously pacing, phone glued to his ear. He'd heard about the leak too, but it was too late to stop it. Apparently, he knew Jasmine had said all that. The audio came from a private conversation she had on speakerphone with a friend, and Kirk was sitting on the couch in the background. He never told Rasheeda. In fact, he asked Jasmine to keep it quiet so it wouldn't derail the show's storyline. Now, the show was derailed, burned, flipped, and tossed off a cliff. As filming began, producers tried to keep things cool. They asked Rasheeda to shoot a segment with Carly Red in the main room first. Jasmine would arrive later. But Rasheeda had other plans. She told production, "I don't want no fake convo. Let's get to the real S***T today." The cameras started rolling. Rasheeda entered the room. Carly was sitting, sipping her mimosa, low-key smirking like she already knew what was coming. 10 minutes in, Jasmine walked through the door. Boom! Not even a minute passed before Rasheeda stood up. No hello, no greeting, just straight up said, "Is it true?" Jasmine blinked. "Is what true?" Rasheeda pulled out her phone and hit play. Jasmine's voice echoed off the studio walls like a ghost from a graveyard. Her eyes widened, her face flushed. But then she smiled. "Oh, so now we leaking private convos," she said, brushing her hair back. "You mad or embarrassed?" That was it. Rasheeda lunged across the table. Security didn't move fast enough. She swung her arm back and slap. Direct, loud, open palm. Jasmine's face whipped to the side. Screams filled the room. Carly dropped her glass. One of the producers yelled, "Cut the cameras!" But they were already rolling. Jasmine staggered back, hand to her cheek, eyes in shock. "You touched me," she whispered. Kirk burst into the room shouting, "Rasheeda, stop!" But it was too late. Rasheeda turned to him with fire in her voice. "You let her disrespect me like this? And you were just gonna sit on IT?" Kirk tried to step in between them, arms out like some peacemaker. But Rasheeda wasn't having it. "You lied to me, sat in my house, ate my food, and slept in my bed, knowing," she said, "that S***T. You supposed to be my husband." Jasmine regained her voice. "She been new, Kirk. Stop acting like she ain't heard worse." I just said it louder this time. That line almost triggered round two. Security had to hold Rasheeda back while she screamed, "Keep my name out your mouth before I do more than slap you next time. Turn the cameras off." It's what Kirk kept yelling. But production, oh, they didn't budge. They knew they just struck gold. This wasn't Love and Hip Hop. This was Love and War. Producers nodded to the crew. And boom! Extra camera angles came out. Security mics stayed on, and someone whispered, "This might be the season." Finale. Rasheeda, still shaking, broke free from the security's grip and stormed to the corner of the set. She was trying to collect herself, but her chest was rising fast. Her lashes were fluttering. She was on the verge of tears, not because she was weak, but because she was tired. Tired of being blindsided. Tired of holding it all in. Tired of playing the strong one. Meanwhile, Jasmine sat back down, ice pack now gently pressed to her cheek, but that smug smile never left her face. "I didn't even hit her back," Jasmine mumbled to a crew member. "That says a lot about my growth." "Girl, what? Growth?" Kirk stepped over to Rasheeda, still acting like he was the peacemaker. "Babe, I didn't want to tell you because I knew it would mess things up again. I handled it off camera. Me and Jasmine already talked about it." Rasheeda wheeled around and snapped, "You handled it? You handled her calling me a placeholder. You handled her saying you sleep in my house and lay up in hers. That's your version of handling it?" Kirk froze, and right then, another voice echoed through the set. "Y'all better be glad I wasn't here earlier, 'cause I would have slapped somebody too." Everyone turned. Rasheeda's mother had arrived. And she wasn't alone. Shirlene walked in wearing her Sunday wig and fury, purse on her arm, and a look in her eyes that screamed, "I'm about to gather every last one of you." Jasmine rolled her eyes the second she saw her. "Oh, Lord, here come Grandma with the drama." Rasheeda's mom didn't even blink. She walked up to Jasmine and said, real calm, "Let me make something clear. You are nothing but a temporary storyline and an embarrassment to your son. You don't love Kirk. You love what he gives you. And you will never, ever be family." Jasmine stood up, ready to say something, but Shirlene stepped closer. "You say one slick word and I'll show you what old school Atlanta hands feel like." Jasmine sat back down. Fast. Rasheeda, still emotional, finally looked at her mom and whispered, "Why he keep doing this to me?" Shirlene didn't even flinch. "Because you keep letting him, baby. But today, we're drawing a line." Then, turning back to Kirk, she said, "You embarrassed my daughter for the last time, and if she don't leave you, I will." Kirk started stammering. "Shirlene, this don't concern you." "Shirlene, cut him off. Don't you dare say that. You married my daughter. When you embarrass her, you embarrass me." Production was now silently panicking. This wasn't supposed to be an intervention episode. It was scheduled as a reunion dinner. But now, the script was thrown out the window, set on fire, and tossed in a Chattahoochee River storm drain. Suddenly, Carly Red Hood, been lurking on the sidelines like the queen of petty, pulled out her phone. "I got something to show you," she whispered to Rasheeda. Rasheeda, confused, leaned in. Carly showed her a screenshot from an Instagram burner account, anonymous. No profile pic, no followers. Just one DM sent to Carly a few nights before. "Jasmine is lying." That audio clip was only part of what she said. "I got video too. Meet me after filming." Attached was a 3-second preview. Jasmine, in bed, holding Kirk's chain, saying, if I wanted to, I could end that marriage with one post. But I'm too classy for that. Oh my God. Rasheeda blinked, looked at Kirk, then back at the phone. Carly whispered, "Want to leak it now?" Rasheeda hesitated, then shook her head. No, let the cameras roll. She want to play dirty. I'll make her drown in her own dirt. Jasmine noticed the exchange and jumped up. You be asterisk, 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 asterisk ease, stay plotting on me? I'm the only one keeping it real here. Y'all mad 'cause he loved me? Rasheeda clapped back immediately. No one's mad. We just tired of pretending you matter. Boom! Even production flinched at that one. Jasmine screamed, keep talking. Wait till y'all see what I drop next. Security started stepping in again, but Rasheeda turned around, fixed her hair, and calmly said to the camera, let her drop it. I got enough receipts to start my own network. The slap had already gone viral, even before production could edit or spin the footage. One rogue assistant had secretly uploaded a grainy clip to their close friend's story. And of course, someone screen recorded it. By midnight, the internet was flooded with, did y'all see Rasheeda slap Jasmine on set? Jasmine on set? Kirk just stood there. Who leaked that audio though? Hashtags were trending. Hashtag RASHEEDAV's Jasmine, hashtag Kirk AINT shit. Hashtag not the audio leak. Meanwhile, inside the VH1 production offices, alarms were blaring. Legal teams were on edge. Press teams were preparing statements. But it was Jasmine's reaction that shook them all. She threatened to sue. Yep, Jasmine told producers she was contacting her lawyer. Y'all let me get assaulted on set. Ain't no NDA gonna cover that. Either y'all cut Rasheeda from the rest of the season, or I take this to court and the blogs. The producers didn't even flinch. One of them calmly said, you signed up to be real, Jasmine. What? Happened? That slap. That was real. And you had it coming. She gasped. Oh, so now y'all choosing sides? They didn't respond. Instead, they sent security to escort Jasmine off set pending further discussion with legal. Now, let's not get it twisted. Jasmine ain't going down without a fight. As she walked out, she stopped to talk to one of the PAs and said, tell Rasheeda she'd better brace herself. I got voice notes, receipts, and videos. She hit me on camera. But what I got? Gonna finish her off camera? Meanwhile, Rasheeda sat in her dressing room, arms folded, mind racing. Kirk had tried to come in 3 times to talk, but she locked the door. She was scrolling through her phone when she saw a DM request from a burner account. Message, there's something else you don't know. Jasmine's not the only one. Attached was a screenshot of a hotel reservation. 2 guests. One of them, Kirk. The other name was blurred, but it wasn't Jasmine, Rasheeda's. Hands started trembling. She zoomed in on the date just 2 weeks ago. While he told her he was in Miami for business, a knock came at the door. This time she opened it Kirk, looking exhausted. Defeated, he stepped inside, closed the door, and leaned against it. I messed up, okay? Was just trying to keep peace between everybody. I didn't want more drama. I didn't mean for it to blow up like this. Rasheeda stared at him. Is it true? What? She showed him the hotel receipt, his face drained of color. Who's the other girl? She asked, silence. Then the worst possible response. It didn't mean anything. Oh hell no, Rasheeda shook her head. Why, we were trying to fix things. While we were trying to fix things, Kirk tried to reach for her hand, but she yanked it away. You don't even respect me enough to keep it in the past. Now you got Jasmine mouthing off, your dirt popping up on the internet, and you still standing here like you're the victim? Kirk's voice cracked. I ain't no victim. I'm just lost. Everything falling apart. Rasheeda took a deep breath, then calmly said, no, everything's finally being seen for what it really is. Back on set, Carly Red was having a field day. She was on IG Live with Spice, laughing and saying, "I told y'all something was brewing." That slap wasn't just drama. That was years of karma lining up and going boom in Jasmine's face, Spice added. And it ain't. Even the worst part. I heard VH1 about to air it raw. No edit. Fans were eating it up, blogs were reposting clips, and in the comments, Rasheeda should have hit her twice. Jasmine got real quiet after that audio dropped. Kirk stay embarrassing Rasheeda year after year, SMH. But it wasn't just social media reacting. VH1 executives called an emergency meeting. They were torn. Do they air the slap and risk backlash, or blur it and protect their cast? The final decision? Air it, no censor. With a message about unfiltered reality. That's when Rasheeda got a call from her manager. "You okay?" They asked. She didn't answer that. Instead, she said, "Schedule me a one-on-one with Jasmine." No audience, no producers, just me, her, and a camera. "Let's settle this on my terms." The manager paused. "You sure?" Rasheeda didn't flinch. "I'm done being disrespected. I want the world to see what I have to say without her. Fake attitude and edits." Next day, Jasmine posted a cryptic Instagram story. Black screen, white text, "Y'all bout to see the real villain." "And it ain't me." Rasheeda responded with a post of her own. A mirror selfie, captioned, "Don't ever mistake silence for weakness." I was just loading receipts. The tension in the room was so thick. It could slice steel. VH1 set up the scene like a heavyweight boxing match. No glam. No background extras. Just 2 chairs, 2 cameras, and a table in between. Rasheeda walked in dressed like a boss, all black, no makeup, glam, just clean, polished, and focused. Her earrings weren't even flashy. That was the first warning sign. Sis didn't come to perform. She came to handle business. Jasmine. She walked in slow, like she was saving energy for a final blow. Hair tied, heels clacking, and in her hand a small silver USB drive. Everyone noticed. Producers exchanged looks, but no one stopped. Her Rasheeda's eyes locked on it instantly. That what you brought to save yourself or bury yourself? Jasmine smiled and sat down. Neither. This ain't about me. Boo. This one's gonna change how they see you. Boom! The first strike. Cameras started rolling. The executive producer said quietly, "Begin whenever you're ready." Rasheeda wasted no time. "Let's get this straight. I don't care about you. I don't care about your little moments on camera. But you crossed a line bringing my marriage into your jokes, your clout, and your audio leaks." Jasmine tilted her head. "Your marriage been in my life, baby. You're just finally hearing what everybody else already knew?" Rasheeda snapped. "What I knew is that I had a man who slipped up years ago, but I chose to stay and work it out. What you can't handle is that, even after all your drama, he still comes home to me." Jasmine laughed, not a fake laugh. "Chilling one comes home. Or calls you from hotels with other women. Let's not act like that audio leak was the only secret out there." Rasheeda crossed her legs calmly. "Then spill it. Since you're dying for relevance, go ahead." Jasmine reached into her purse, pulled out the USB, and slid it across the table. "This is from 8 months ago. Security cam footage from a condo in Midtown. Guess who was there? Kirk. And someone who wasn't me? Oh, are you?" Rasheeda didn't blink. "I already saw the hotel receipt." Jasmine smirked. "Yeah, but did you see who he was with?" The room went dead silent. Rasheeda paused. The confidence in her face started cracking, just a little. "Why you holding on to this? You've got all these receipts? Why wait till now?" Jasmine leaned forward, voice dropping. "Because I was scared of what it would mean. But after that slap, after you made the world think I'm just some side chick obsessed with your leftovers, nah. It's time y'all know what Kirk's really been doing." She tapped the USB once. "The girl's name is Maya. She's 23. Works at a club Kirk invests in. Oh, and she's 3 months pregnant." Boom! Rasheeda's heart sank into her stomach. She tried to hold it together, eyes darting, lips tight, breathing steady. But that news hit like a bullet. You lying? Jasmine shrugged. Plug it in or ask Kirk. But don't say I didn't try to warn you years ago. Rasheeda stood up slowly. Should have never let this conversation happen. You still playing games? Jasmine fired back. No, you just mad 'cause I ain't playing your game no more. Suddenly, the producer stepped in. Rasheeda, do you want to stop here? She shook her head. No, I want to finish. She turned to Jasmine. You think I care about another one of his slip-ups? Let me tell you something. Stayed because of me, my brand, my family, my son. Kirk's been ing up since flip phones. Sis, do you think this some new info? Jasmine laughed again. If it wasn't new, you wouldn't be shaking. And it was true. Rasheeda's hands were trembling. She sat back down, took a breath, looked Jasmine dead in the eyes. You know what? Go ahead and leak it. Post it. Tell the world. Let the streets see every second of him with that girl. 'Cause the difference between me and you? I'm still Rasheeda Frost, and you. You still begging for crumbs at the edge of my table? Dagger. Jasmine stood up now, boiling. I ain't begging. I'm surviving. Surviving the mess you let Kirk drag us into. Then she added, you want to pretend you're above it, but deep down, you hate that I ever existed. That I ever mattered to him, that you stayed, and I left. And I'm the one with peace. Rasheeda raised an eyebrow. Peace. You just brought a USB of someone else's baby drama. That don't sound like peace. That sound like you still trying to hurt me 'cause you couldn't be me? Jasmine didn't speak. Her face changed. From cocky to wounded. From bold to bitter. The room grew still again. Finally, Rasheeda stood up and said, this conversation's over. But don't worry, the show ain't. She walked to the camera, looked straight in the lens. To every woman watching this, protect your peace. And never let a clown's side act steal your crown. Your crown. Jasmine sat in the chair, fuming. As Rasheeda exited, producers whispered among themselves, but nobody noticed. Jasmine slipped the USB back in her purse and pulled out a second one. This one had a yellow sticker on it, and it read, Rasheeda's Secret 2017. She smirked. Let's see how perfect she really is. It had only been 24 hours since Rasheeda and Jasmine's Explosive 101 aired. And social media was still on fire. Fans were fully on Team Rasheeda. Everyone was clowning Kirk. Jasmine was getting dragged in every comment section from Instagram to Twitter. But what no one knew was that Jasmine was sitting on a second USB drive, the one with a yellow sticker, the one marked Rasheeda's Secret 2017. And when Jasmine hit send and emailed it anonymously to multiple bloggers with the caption, since y'all love her so much. Here's the truth. Everything flipped by 8 p.m. Gossip blogs exploded with headlines. Exclusive, Rasheeda's 2017. Skewed it. Admits she cheated while married. She said he'll never know. Rasheeda's secret confession from girls' trip leaks. Jasmine wasn't lying. Rasheeda got her own skeletons. Fans were shook. Blogs posted the voice memo in full. And what did it say? Look, I know what I did in Miami wasn't right. But after everything Kirk put me through, I deserved to feel wanted for once. And he'll never find out unless one of y'all open your mouths. The voice was clear. 100% Rasheeda. No edits. No AI. Twitter went wild. Wait, Rasheeda cheated too. Jasmine been trying to tell us. Now this is the plot twist I wasn't ready for. Meanwhile, back at the Frost household, Kirk was sitting at the kitchen island staring at his phone, sweating bullets. He had just heard the clip. Rasheeda walked in slowly. He didn't even look up. Just said, you gonna tell me what really happened in Miami? Or should I just ask the internet? Rasheeda stayed quiet for a long second, then walked over and sat down across from him. It was one night, one mistake. After years of you embarrassing me, it didn't mean anything. Kirk's face twitched. Oh, so now we doing the didn't mean anything thing back and forth? Rasheeda raised her voice slightly. You don't get to act righteous. You had Jasmine, Maya, and who knows how many others. You brought kids into this. I kept mine. Slip up quiet to protect you. Kirk snapped. Protect me. You out here lying to the world, letting me take all the heat while you got skeletons in your own damn closet. Rasheeda stood up. Do you want to go tit for tat? 'Cause if we airing everything, let's do it. Kirk's voice cracked. Who was he? She looked away. Doesn't matter. Boom. The silence said everything. Kirk whispered, it was Maurice, wasn't it? Your trainer, Rasheeda blinked. Don't do this. But Kirk slammed his fist. On the counter, I knew IT. All those late night workouts, those damn smoothies you kept bragging about, I knew something was off. Now it was Rasheeda's turn to snap. You want to talk about off? Let's talk about you being off with 2 baby mamas, a sex tape in 2019, and still lying in 2025. Their voices echoed through the mansion. The cameras weren't even around. No producers. It's just raw pain. But Kirk wasn't done. You didn't just cheat. You pretended you didn't. You let the world call me a monster. And you played the victim like you was just the long-suffering wife. Nah, you was sneaky too. Rasheeda's voice dropped. And guess what? I still am. Because no matter what, I did. I handled it with class. You left trails, babies, and broken homes. Kirk looked broken. For once, he had no comeback. Elsewhere, Jasmine was live on Instagram. She was sipping wine, reading comments, hair tied up, face beat to perfection. She smiled smugly as her followers flooded in. I told y'all I wasn't the only messy one in this triangle. But y'all ain't believe me. Now look, ain't karma cute? In the comments, Jasmine Loki won. She said class but cheated on the low. This season gonna be the best one yet. And then, just as fans were already spiraling, another bomb dropped. Jasmine posted a photo of herself and Rasheeda at a private brunch, smiling. Caption, one thing about me. I always knew what was really going on. Hashtag 2018 energy. Double quotes, what? Fans started theorizing. Were they once cool? Was Rasheeda hiding even more? Or both women lying to protect Kirk's? Image bloggers posted side-by-side comparisons. Paparazzi photos, old footage. Even footage from Love and Hip Hop Season 7 surfaced, where Rasheeda and Jasmine had been filmed in the same location, just minutes apart. Now the conspiracy was full-blown, y'all. What if they'd been new about each other and just kept up the drama for the show? But one thing was clear. The public sympathy Rasheeda had built was starting to crack. Even some of her loyal fans started asking, why didn't she just tell the truth back then? She dragged Jasmine for years, but did the same thing herself. I still love Rasheeda, but this hurt my heart. Back at VH1 headquarters, execs were scrambling. This season had gone OF the rails, in the best way possible. They immediately ordered a Secrets and Side Pieces special episode, a full hour-long sit-down with Rasheeda, Kirk, and Jasmine. No scripts, no edits. Just 3 mics and the ugly truth. And guess who's hosting it? Carly Red. The crowd was electric. You could feel the tension in the air like static before lightning. VH1 had pulled every string to make this. Secrets and Side Pieces, the Frost Reckoning special. One of the most explosive tapings in Love and Hip Hop history. And at the center of it all, 3 chairs, 3 microphones, 1 night of nitrogen monoxide filters. On the left, Jasmine, in a red bodycon dress and gold hoops, lips glossed and smirk, loaded dot on the right, Kirk. Buttoned up and sweating like a man walking into court. And in the center, Rasheeda poised, cold and diamond hard, hair slicked back, black blazer, no smile. All eyes, the host. None other than Carly Red, in a glittery jumpsuit and a folder labeled the receipts. She opened the show with no chill. Tonight, nothing's off limits. Lies, babies, affairs, fights, and fumbled marriages. We got Jasmine, Kirk, and Rasheeda in the same room, and baby, the tea is boiling. The audience went crazy. Lights, dimmed cameras, zoomed. KARLIE, wasted nitrogen monoxide. Let's start simple. Rasheeda, why did you slap Jasmine? Rasheeda didn't even blink. Because I had. Enough. Enough of being disrespected by a woman who's been making her living off my pain. Gasps. Jasmine smiled. Girl, your pain got you paid. Don't act brand new. Rasheeda leaned forward, and your pain got you child support checks and a legacy of being second. Boom, crowd, ooh-hoo. Carly raised her brows. Now, Jasmine, you leaked not one, but TWOUSBs. Why? Jasmine sipped her water. Because I got slapped for telling the truth. So I told all of it, including her truth. Fair is fair. The audience was split. Some clapped, others booed. Carly turned to Kirk. Kirk, how do you feel knowing both women sitting beside you have receipts on your dirt? Kirk adjusted his mic and sighed. I feel like I failed as a husband, a father, as a man. But I also feel like maybe none of this would have happened if we all had been real from the start. Rasheeda let out a laugh. Sharp, sarcastic, real. You want real? Then tell the people how long you've been lying. Carly leaned in. Oh, wait, y'all ready for this? She pulled out a document. This is a hotel record from Charlotte. Dated 2 weeks after Maya's baby reveal. Wanna explain why both Kirk and Jasmine's names were listed as guests. Crowd gasped. Rasheeda's jaw clenched. You said that was done. You said she was out your life? Kirk stammered. It was for our son. I didn't want to argue anymore. Jasmine jumped in. Don't act like we didn't share a room. Ain't no kid on that bed. Boom. Crowd screamed. Carly leaned back. You, child, I might need security tonight. Rasheeda stood up. Silence fell. She looked at Jasmine, then at Kirk, then out to the audience. I stayed too long. I let too much slide. I let the image of a perfect wife ruin the reality of a broken woman. She turned to Kirk. You humiliated me, lied to me, slept with her, and God knows who else. And I still showed up for you? Then to Jasmine. And you? You think this is a win? Curl, you didn't break me. You exposed me. And I thank you. Because I needed to wake the hell up. The crowd held its breath. I'm done. Boom. Kirk blinked. What? I'm done. With the lies. The pain, this show, you. The audience burst into applause. Tears in some fans' eyes. Gasps, screams. Rasheeda. Wasn't finished. I'm walking away from you, Kirk. But I'm walking toward me. She stepped off the stage. Cameras followed her exit. She didn't look back once. Carly was frozen for a beat. Then turned slowly to Kirk. Well, damn, that's a wrap, y'all. Jasmine looked stunned. She leaned into her mic. I didn't expect her to leave like that? Carly smiled. Guess you thought wrong again. Outside, Rasheeda walked into the night air. Paparazzi were already swarming. Fans were crying, cheering, reaching out for her. One shouted, Rasheeda, you're FREE now. She smiled, soft, tired, but finally real. Later that night, Rasheeda posted one simple photo to Instagram. A shot of her hand, no ring. Caption, letting go is how you start again. So now you've seen it all. The slap heard around the world, the dirty receipts, the exposed lies. And Rasheeda's final decision to walk away for good, after years of pain, betrayal, and public humiliation, Sis finally said ENOUGH and chose peace over pieces. But is this really the end of the Frost legacy? Or is it just the start of a new chapter with more secrets ready to rise? Let us know in the comments whose side you on. Team Rasheeda, Team Jasmine, or Team Kirk don't deserve either. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more wild celebrity breakdowns, backstage dram,